All right, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. All right, last stream of the week. Cool. We made it, folks. How's everybody doing on this Friday evening? Friday evening for me. I know it's Saturday morning for some folks. So we got a smaller format today, something a little bit different, different shape, different size. So this is a reference photo. This is a photograph that I took in a giant sequoia forest in the winter, obviously. So that's what I'm going to be painting today. I've painted this before in oils. I did like a 20 inch by 20 inch, pretty big painting of it before. But today I thought it'd be cool to do a sketch of it. I never really did like a painting sketch of it before. So shouldn't take too long, I guess, hopefully. So I'm just trying to sketch it out with the pencil here first, pretty quickly. What's going on, everybody? Matthias, what's happening? Sorry I scared you. Sorry, not sorry. Kind of. So I'm going to modify the composition just slightly because I want this smaller tree to lean the other way than it actually is in the photograph. And the reason that is so if everything is leaning like this way, you kind of get this weird, I want to keep us in the painting. So I have these two diagonals that are kind of pointing this way. So once again, I'll show you guys, there's a small little pine tree. See how everything's leaning one way? So I'm kind of just changing the direction so that we just get a different kind of composition. And this one back here, I can kind of make it, more like straight up and down for the most part. A little to the side. We can have another smaller tree right here, kind of leaning this way. So we have these things that kind of keep us in the painting. One going this way, one going this way, kind of counteracting these other trees. So there's this nice bit of light here coming right on this tree. So we'll try to see if I can capture that today. It's one of my goals, to get this light effect. And the light effect on the snow down here is pretty important. Okay, a little bit of light on the tree here as well. So I'm thinking right now, I'm thinking of how to attack this painting. How to go about it, basically. So I'm trying to figure that out in my mind as I'm drawing this out and looking at it, seeing all the different areas of light and values and stuff. Trying to simplify things and make sure I can do this. Glad to hear that, Candy Williams. That Mystical Forest one that I did, I actually did that from complete imagination, basically. Back in the day, a few years ago, many years ago. But this is an actual real place that I've been to in Northern California, or central Northern California. So I'm just putting some wax resist down. I want to keep the white of the snow here. I'm going to do my best to keep it anyway, but just in case, put some of this down just in case I get too crazy with the paint. Put a little area on the tree, I guess, right there where it's brightest. Okay, well, I feel pretty good about this. I mean, it's pretty abstract. Kind of the greens and stuff in the background, I'll kind of fill all that in as I go. I guess I should try to make this a little bit darker. Slightly, just so kind of keep up with what I'm doing as I'm painting this. All right. Anyway, let's get into the painting part, the exciting part, I guess. Seems quiet out there tonight so far, but it is Friday, so most folks are doing other stuff. It's all good. Got a lot of yellow in this brush still. Oh well, doesn't matter. Okay, where do I start? I'm gonna start with the blue sky in the background. It's kind of the furthest thing back there, so just start with that. Keep it simple. I want to keep it pretty light too, really light blue. So I'm just putting this back here. I'll leave some of it when I do the greenery and stuff. I'll try to leave some of this blue back here, basically. So like I said, it's pretty light. I can darken it slightly here and there. Quill brush time it is. Yes. Of course. So I think I'm just going to do the greenery in the background now. We'll keep it all soft back there while that's still wet. So what I'm just going to mix up is like some yellow, some kind of cooler green, keep it light. So this is a little bit different than the one I did the other day, or ones I've done in the past. This is, I'm starting out, you know, not with, I'm starting out with big washes, but just a little bit different than like washing the whole thing. Just being a little more, I don't know the word, you know, I'm just piecing things together more. So, you know, I want to vary some of this color back here. We'll add some brown into it, transparent red oxide. But this is all, I'm trying to do the light of the trees here. So I don't want to go too dark right away. And I'll keep this pretty warm. So we kind of separated the background from the foreground. What's going on, Angus? What's happening? Sunny Kumar, what's happening? Inman, Matthias, Trisha, Amanda, Andre, Candy, Zombie. Everybody, Philip, what's happening? There's actually a tree right here, so you might as well add that in there now. Enrique, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Glad you could make it. Nathan Dixon, what's happening? What's going on, man? Okay, where do I go from here? Probably getting ahead of myself here, but you know, I have a few different layers of things going on. So I'm gonna come over this with some like darker greens and stuff. All right, taking our time on this one today. Just kind of piecing everything together. Not much color variety here. I don't know. I felt like going a little more gray today, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I think I might really boost up the light on the tree and then the snow. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted more purple everywhere. Okay, so in the shadows, I'm gonna have more purple in the background and everything, so that it harmonizes with the purple I'm gonna put on the snow. Okay, just seeing what I'm working with here. Transparent red oxide and ultramarine blue. How many times have I said that one before? Maybe a little bit of red. So I'm trying to get the color for this tree back here. You're exactly right, Nathan. Yeah, I said that at the beginning. I don't think you were in here yet, but I did an oil painting of this one, a 20 by 20 oil painting. One of my favorite oil paintings I've done. So I thought, yeah, you know what, let's try to do a little watercolor sketch of it. See what I can do with it. But it's funny that you remembered that. It's really good. You have a good memory. Yeah, exactly. Drink when I say transparent red oxide or ultramarine blue. Well, when I always do landscape stuff, I mean, those are the colors I need a lot of. Come on. Let's get more purple in here. Of course, I'm putting it in the wrong spot. I want this to be really warm. Right around the light, pocket of light here. Just try to put a bunch of different colors in that tree to make it a little more interesting. Just softening a little bit so that we get more of a light effect. There we go. I kind of like that. All right. Okay. Well, hopefully I can do this main tree the way I did that one. That's pretty cool. But I think I need to go with the shadows or the snow shadows, because they're much lighter. So I think I need to do that first, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna get some ultramarine violet deep, which is purple that I use. Right here, you guys can see that. And then some ultramarine blue. Actually, I'm gonna do purple mostly, and then this cobalt teal as well. It's kind of the mixture I want. There we go. That's exactly the color I want. So I'm making the bottom of this tree a bit cooler because there's all snow shadows there. And what I'm going to do is go over it and paint. I'm going to blend that up. So I got to kind of keep this wet there. I'm going to blend that up into the tree a bit. These are a bit dark up front, so I'm just gonna kind of blend these out a bit. A little bit of dry brushing. Okay, so now this is what I was like trying to plan. I'm gonna go with this kind of tree color. So I gotta be careful here because there's some light here that I want to capture. I might have already ruined it. But I'm trying not to. Sorry folks, I'm kind of ignoring the chat right now. I'm just trying to focus for the moment. But I will jump back in shortly. Just got to get this, hopefully I can get this light effect that I kind of wanted. Yeah, I agree, Nathan. That's what I was trying to do. I have some of it here. Might be hard to see, but I'll probably hit it. I'm probably going to do another layer on it, on this one, a little bit, and it needs more of that purple in there. And that'll help it. Yeah, there we go. Really bring out the cool versus warm type of thing I'm going for. Yeah, this is a bit sharp right here, but I kind of like it slightly because it's kind of my focal point right here where that light hits the tree. But yeah, I need to do another layer on this, like darker, especially the bottom, and some darker lines, and then that'll bring out the snow on this tree. Because right now it's all just growing into the ground, which is fine. I mean, it's not a big deal. But okay, I guess I'll do this little tree here, and then we have pretty much first layer of the painting. Not sure what I'm doing right now. I don't know why I'm doing this. Didn't want this to be that warm everywhere. What I wanted is more of a gray. Purpley gray everywhere. I'm fast? Don't feel very fast. How long? 33 minutes in. I mean, it's pretty good for 33 minutes in, I guess. I'm used to painting fast because I do a lot of plein air. Haven't done plein air in a while. Hopefully tomorrow maybe. But done a lot of plein air, and outside you gotta paint quick, man. So that's what I get used to doing. So I feel pretty good about that. It's pretty lit up and looks okay for the first layer, I guess. Maybe I can do a second layer if I need to. But so I'm actually about to hit the green part one more time because I need to. And that's really going to bring out all this light once I add in these darks, because this is kind of a mid-range of dark here. I could still go pretty dark if I wanted. Let's do a nice dark green here. Let's see. I'm going to make it cooler, of course. I'm going to vary it, but mostly cooler. Cooler green. And we'll add transparent red oxide in it as well to warm it up. It's just going to gray it down, actually. But when I add more blue to it, it'll be like a grayer blue. So there we go. And then I'm going to start with this tree because this thing is mostly in shadow. And that'll give me an idea and kind of test it. Like, hey, is this how, you know, is this the green I want? Like I said, I need to vary it a little bit. We'll make it warmer in some places. Sorry for the glare, guys. It's probably hard to see that. So I can get a light atmospheric effect right here if I do this correctly. So where this light is on this tree, usually when you look at something that's very, very lit up, you can see around it there's kind of this halo effect. So I'm just lighting up the tree, even though the tree is way off in the distance behind it. I'm just trying to create like a halo type of atmospheric effect. It's kind of what the Impressionists were all about. That's what they mean when they're trying to like capture the atmosphere. It's like when you look at an object, very bright highlight, and you squint your eyes, you can see like this halo type of effect around it. That's kind of what a lot of the Impressionists were kind of like good at capturing. And it's something very subtle that like most people will miss. They won't even pay attention to that kind of thing in painting or anything. And I miss it sometimes too. Sometimes I don't get it, don't do it. Let's cool some of this down again. Try to push this into the background. So I just want to try to simplify how we say that, because that's what I always try to do. Okay, sorry I'm quiet today, folks. I just don't have, I don't know, not much to say right now. Just trying to focus on doing this. If anybody has any questions or anything, just let me know. I'm just trying to, yeah, ASMR live stream. I mean, it's kind of sounding like that. You know, I'm just trying to focus a bit and make sure. Oh yeah, I want to put some purples back here. Try to at least. It's kind of dark. It's a little dark. So you guys see how those dark greens really making that light pop in the foreground? And this tree is definitely going to need another layer for shadows, and I think it'll look okay. I think we'll get there, hopefully. Hopefully I can pull this off. You guys knew I was going to eventually start splattering. I'm just going to be controlled with it. Be careful. Just don't want to get it in a place I don't want. Okay, we'll do more of that later. What's going on, Koidasami? What's happening? Yeah, I think I'm quicker today because the it's only an 8x8. I'm not doing like a 9x12 or something. I mean, it's not much smaller, but it is a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller painting. Okay. I know in the photo this side's it's kind of light over here, but I don't really want that much light, to be honest. Over there. because I don't want it to be distracting. So what I'm spraying there is just water. That's all it is. Magical water. Pumped from a magical well somewhere. From a magical town, a magical place, at a magical time of day. Just if anybody's wondering. Okay, how's this going? How's this going? Looks good, I think. Okay. Okay. We'll go back over with some darks later on. Some dark branches and stuff, you know. Stuff like that. Yeah, I hate using multiple brushes, you know. It's just, I don't know. This one has a point on it, so why not like try to, I don't know. It's just how I do it. I don't know why. I'm crazy. I don't know. So yeah, I think another layer on this. Let's dry it real quick just to be sure. I will dry it. And we'll do another layer on that tree. Maybe this tree, maybe that tree, this tree, and then little tiny things growing in the foreground, some darks in the background, and we're there. That's pretty much it. So thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. How's everybody doing? We got the ASMR fan going here. That's a very good point. That big brush works to keep me loose. That's very true. Exactly. That's one thing John Singer Sargent said, a great painter. You know, he said, "Oh, use the biggest brush possible for the job that makes sense." You know, something like that. I can't remember exactly what he said, but basically use the biggest brush you can for what you're painting. You know, if you're painting little branches and stuff, use the biggest brush you can for it. You know, don't do this whole painting with, you know, this small little round brush, you know. So I go with what he says. It was pretty good advice. It seems to work for me, so I'll stick with it. You suck too. VHS Kachapanapanali. You suck too, bro. You suck for writing a comment like that. You can't even spell you. How about that? Oh gosh. I have too much fun on here, you know? Sorry guys, had to crack my neck there. Okay, I wish I didn't have to do another layer on this, because I love how it came out. Like, I love the mingling of the cools and warms and stuff. But I know I need another layer, and then I'm going to have to try to finesse all the edges again. So I guess I'll try to leave all these light areas alone and just focus on the shadow. Yeah. Welcome, Heather. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's already been 46 minutes. That's crazy. Doesn't feel like it. I've just been staying focused. So let's see if I can get a nice shadow color here. You know, I don't want it to be too warm or too saturated, but I don't want it to be too gray either. It is pretty light actually. There's a lot of reflected light here, so I don't want to go too dark. So the darkest part of it is like down here. I'm gonna start at the top though. Yeah, I think I need another layer over the whole thing. You know, for the shadows anyway. Maybe just some kind of glaze like this will do it. So I'm gonna try to leave these areas, try to stay away from those really light areas. If I can, that way I don't have to mess with the edges again. And I'll do another layer after this one. Once this one dries, I'll do another layer of some like the dark marks and everything on the tree. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, all the new viewers, greatly appreciated. So yeah, the colors, they're coming out pretty well here, I think. We're making progress. Just trying to get some purples in here and stuff. I want this to say soft, so I'm just gonna lightly spray it with some water. Keep it moving, keep it soft and moving. Like I said, I'm gonna try to stay away from those really light areas. Just focus on shadow, shadow, shadow. But I'm gonna have to soften all that. Definitely gonna have to soften all that. Too much, too warm, too warm. Okay, don't do too much. Don't do too much. So just trying to focus here, guys. Sorry if I don't pay attention to the chat or if I miss a question or something. I apologize, but I will check back in a moment. I just want to make sure I get down what I need to get down here. And this part of the painting's pretty challenging. I got to be quick, and I don't have time to waste. Okay, I need to soften that edge really quickly before it dries. And this here as well. So I'm just trying to finesse all these edges, kind of work with what I got going on, this really softness of everything. think we're doing okay today, folks. This one's coming out pretty well so far. You never know. You never know though. Just keep hoping for the best. Keep working on this. Anything can happen at any stage of the painting, so I can't relax yet, you know. Just gotta stay calm. Keep pushing along. Just suggesting some of these lines right now. We'll go back in with those later on, shortly. I think too much light on this side of the tree here, so I'm gonna see if how I can tweak that, if at all possible. I think I need something like that. It's a bit better. Yeah, I use OBS for Mac for my streaming. Okay, actually we need to get a little bit darker if I can while this is still wet. Probably getting ahead of myself here. Yeah, I think so. I think I am, but it's okay. We'll just see if I can do it. A little bit darker down there. So once I start adding in the texture of the tree and everything, I think it'll start coming together. Because right now it's all pretty soft. This is all pretty soft. So once I start adding in the texture, we'll start looking a little bit better. Are you going to do artist analysis in the future? You mean like the painting breakdowns? Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. Sorry to answer that way, but yeah, I'm not sure. I want to do more drawing videos. That's what I want to do. Or what I'm probably going to do. Just getting some splattering in there, a little bit of texture and fun going on. I'm afraid to put in like branches and stuff. I don't want to get too crazy back there. I think I'll try to keep it more simple back there. Just feels more right to keep it simple. Okay. A little bit more of that stuff. Some in the foreground too, a little bit. Especially on the bottom of this tree. In the snow. Okay. All right, we're just about hitting an hour in, folks. Oh, an art critique. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be doing one in the future. Yeah, every 10 live streams. So live stream 110 will be critique. But for now, just trying to do this painting. I don't know, is this that much faster than other watercolors? I don't know. I think I'm just painting this one differently to where I don't have to sit there and dry it every few minutes, but I don't think it's any different than my other ones. I still have a lot to work to do on this. It might look like it's almost done, but I mean it kind of is, but there's still a lot of stuff I need to do with it. And I'm kind of taking my time building up the layers here. I feel like I'm going pretty slow actually. I could have done this one a lot quicker, honestly. Oh yeah, it's definitely a subject I'm comfortable with. Like I painted a lot of trees and stuff over the years, so like I know how to make the light effect on the trees. I know how to make them look cylindrical, and yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with painting trees. That's why I do feel quicker painting these, because I'm just very familiar with the subject, no doubt. You know, I know the values, I know the color mixtures I like, I know it's all, it's not foreign to me. So let's try to add some texture. I almost don't want to add texture on this back tree, but I feel like that maybe needs another layer too, even though I love it. I feel like maybe more darkness on that one could help it, because it is a bit darker than the other tree on the photo. I don't know. Let's just do it. Let's do like a glaze. And then I can add texture if I want. Yeah, I think that's what it needed. I still was able to keep a lot of the colors and all the light effect and stuff. This tree definitely needs something. So I think it's pretty much dry. But I'm not going to use a lot of water here anyway, because this is kind of darkest parts of this tree. But I don't want to go too black either. Not black, too dark. Like I don't want it to be black. So now I'm just trying to suggest some texture on this tree. It has like this twisting kind of bark patterns and stuff. It's always really cool. So just try to add some of that in here. But I do want to light, so I gotta make them a little bit lighter when they go into the light area. That looks stupid. Okay, let's get that off of there. Okay, let's keep going. Kind of getting too detailed with this one, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of different. I normally don't like all these details and stuff, but I still feel like I'm being suggestive about these details. I feel like it's not like a super detailed painting. Kind of is, I guess. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just like normal. I feel like the light may be too strong on these trees. I maybe need to, like some of this area, I may need to like glaze some of that down so that the focus is more on this single point down there. Like add some more saturation in here. This is not like watercolor? Alright, well what is it like then? But yeah, I get your point though. Okay. Yeah, there's something, yeah, I think I just need everything to be darker. More dark. Everybody wants more dark. I want more light. I don't want more dark. I think that helped the whole structure of the tree. That's what it needed. It needed something against that snow to be dark. Yeah, the problem is once I go darker on this whole thing, like this tree, like I can't go back, you know? And I like how it looks right now. The only thing, I might just kind of knock down some of this light here and have more of the focus down there. Because it's pretty bright, it's almost distracting in a way. And I don't really want that. Okay. I think I need to step back for a second. Kind of take a break for just a quick second here. Kind of been staring at it too long, you know. I need to. I think we move, believe it or not, to a little smaller brush now. Maybe even really small. Something like this. I'm gonna add some little nature-y things going on in the foreground. Cubs win. Yes, this is one of my reference photos. I painted this in oils a few years ago, like a big painting of it, like a 20 by 20. And I decided to yeah, I just decided to try to do a little sketch of it in watercolor. See what I can do here. So this tree is looking. Yeah, this is a giant sequoia forest, big tree state park. Trying to get the structure of this tree a little bit more. I'm kind of getting too detailed with this painting, but it doesn't look too detailed though. You know, a lot of paintings, even though they're painted loosely, or they look like they're painted loose, doesn't mean they were painted that way. You know, it's just you intentionally paint it that way to look very loose. But it doesn't mean I sat there and painted it super quickly. Like I just took my time and, you know. So I'm just adding like little branches and trees in the front, you know, like just to make it look a little more like nature. And it just helps give a little more depth too, you know, a little more. Where do I go? What do I do now? Yeah, drastic change in brush size, yeah. I don't like using this kind of brush for very long. Just want to do a few small things here that just try to give it a little more life. Yeah, very subtle type of stuff. You know, the photo has like all these branches growing over here, but that's kind of my lead in, like the focal point, so I don't want to like put a bunch of branches blocking all that. You know, just a few little bushes growing and stuff happening. Thanks, Matthias, for the donation. Greatly appreciate it. He says, love this one. It's on the level of door and pumpkin. Those are the ones I did this week, right? So, cool. Appreciate it. Every little bit counts. So, thank you guys so much. I wish you guys could see the actual colors. This thing looks weird with this camera. It looks really nice. I'm still concerned here about this, because if you guys look at the photo, it's more orange. You know, it's more less light. Obviously, I exaggerated it. You know, obviously I exaggerated the bits of light. I mean, I have the light on the tree the same color as the light in the snow, so it's slightly exaggerated. Maybe I should glaze some of this, or at least this part slightly. You know, at least like, yeah. Yeah, I think, thanks for saying that, Matthias. He says, I think this week I felt Brandon was on fire in the good sense. Yeah, I think so too. I think I was. I think I have been. Hopefully I can keep... It's ironic that you say I'm on fire while I'm painting a forest scene, but okay. Lane asks, those are redwoods, right? Yeah, they're giant sequoias. So there's two different kinds of redwoods. These are on the east side of California. They grow on the east side, and the coastal redwoods are near the coast on the west side. These are on the east side, in the mountains. So these are giant sequoias. The other ones are coastal redwoods. But they're kind of completely different. They're similar. They're both redwoods, but they're different. Yeah. So. Yeah, but some of these trees are 2,000 years old, so pretty old. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to glaze this whole thing, or at least just this part, and kind of blend it out. Yeah, exactly, Philip. Exactly. Yeah, because right now it's not working for me, that light effect. So I got to change it. You know, I gotta. I'm gonna glaze it with like transparent red oxide. We'll see what this does, because it needs something. It's not working. So if it's not working, you gotta fix it, right? Should I do it? Do I do it? Do I do it? Oh, too late. I already did it. That's just a little bit. Can always go more. Maybe like slightly gray it a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm fading the glaze out as it gets down to more of the light source. So it's like dark, the darkest light, and then lighter, lighter, lighter. So that's what I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Maybe it helped, maybe it hurt it, I don't know. I think maybe we need some cools in there a little bit. To kind of balance out those warms. I mean, I could have ruined the painting, but, you know, I had to do something. I had to do it, you know. So sometimes you just got to give it a shot and go for it. As much as I liked the lighting effect I had and everything, I just had to modify it a bit. And I think even down at the bottom we should have some, not over the top of it, but at least surrounding it, we should have some of that warmth again, like around here. Maybe some of it. There we go. That gives more of a warm light effect, you know. Like kind of like what I have going on up here, that yellow ochre and everything. I'll even add some of that ochre in there. Use Graham watercolors. I feel like there's too much light there, but I'm gonna dry real quick and then slightly modify it, I think. Just slightly. Not too much. I probably need some little bit of texture on this tree just so that they're more cohesive. But we're getting close to the end here, folks. We're at an hour and a half in. I told you guys it wasn't that quick. This one wasn't going that quick. It's just the way I was painting it. It just made it seem like it's going quick. I use M-Gram watercolors, and the brushes I use, you'll see them in the chat right now. Quill brush, there's links to them. Check it out. All right, so while that's getting dry, I'm gonna do some texture on this. Just some very slight texture, not a lot. I just want a little bit to you guys probably can't even see that for some reason, but it's like a glare. Yeah, I think that helped a little bit. Okay, well, we're just about done here, I think. The only thing I'm gonna do is destroy this whole tree that I've been working on. Not really. It's like staring at a wall watching the paint dry. So yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, CC, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Glad you stumbled upon it as well. Glad you're enjoying it. See what I mean, guys? Just wanted to kill some of that light. It just was, there was too much there. It was too square, you know? Even this spot's a little too circular for me, but I think I'm going to leave it. Yeah, actually, I think I'm going to glaze it one more time. Just this top part. Very slightly. Very, 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 very slightly. At least try to make it slightly. Because I want that to kind of... Still trying to get dappled light effect. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. It kind of really sits on the tree now, you know? It's not like too crazy. And this is more like, yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay. The only thing I can do is once that dries, it's almost dry anyway, I'm going to add more, not as much water, more pigment. It just needs some we're missing like some texture in here. Don't want to do that. There we go, folks. I think that just about does it. Yep, that's a third brush, I think. I'll hold it up, Kim. Give me a minute. Cubs win. It's an 8x8 sheet of paper with 3/4 inch tape all the way around. I wonder if I do want to add like small little branches and stuff, but I think it might be too much. It feels a little naked without it, to be honest. I won't do them very dark. I think I'll try to keep them light at first and see what it looks like. Just suggestion of some branches or something. Yeah, okay. I think if I had just enough, it'll kind of harmonize all together. It won't look as weird if you just have a few of them. They kind of look weird, but they probably don't even matter. But yeah, I don't normally get like this detailed with them, but this one kind of called for that, I guess. So here we go. That's what happened. I just kind of go with the flow of what seems is necessary. Yeah, I'm glad I added in some of these branches. It seems necessary. It's kind of softened some of them. Okay. I'll take the tape off now. This is the moment of truth to see if the painting, what it really looks like, and if the painting is finished. Okay, don't know why that happened. There we go. I'm pretty happy with this one, actually. I got a little light effect that kind of bounces your eye around the canvas and stuff. Overall, it's pretty gray actually, but it does have some nice color. Orange, purple, green, teal. I'll hold this one up on the webcam for you guys so you can see a little bit differently what it might look like. So, a lot of light right here. It's almost kind of distracting, too distracting. So I may end up modifying that slightly, but there we go. Not bad, I guess, for hour and 40 minutes. Anyway, you guys can check out my website. I got a bunch of other art on there. Watercolor paintings, drawings like the ones you see here that I've done on the live streams, and other paintings and stuff. I also have a support page where you can donate to me. I have some t-shirts, Patreon page, and a Bandcamp where I make my own music, instrumentals and stuff. So just be sure to check out my website, of course. But somebody asked, you do videos all days of the week or only some days? I try to do Monday through Friday live streams at 5:10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's kind of what I try to do. That's kind of my schedule. But yeah. So yeah, I'm really glad I toned down the light there. Even though that's the thing, like even though you have a really great light effect, sometimes it's too much, you know what I mean? I think there's too much light right back here. It's not the light here that's too much, it's really the whole thing around this tree that's too much. So what I can do, just to modify this real quickly, because I think it needs it, just get a little glaze of green, cool green, and kind of just maybe more brown in there too. And kind of just tone this area down back here. Maybe that's a little too warm. Tone down some of it in front of it as well. And that way it won't stick out as much as like a crazy glowing light effect. I mean, it's cool to have, but if it's not like my focal point, it's a secondary area. You know, I don't need a lot of light there. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any last minute questions, just let me know. I'll answer them real quick here in the next minute or two. But if not, thank you guys for tuning in. All the new people that joined, greatly appreciate it. I'm here Monday through Friday normally. Normally Monday through Friday in the evening, Pacific time, US Pacific Standard Time. So I do pen and ink drawings, and then I alternate between pen and ink drawings and watercolor. So every other day I have, you know, just something different. So whoever wants to tune in can tune in. But yeah, anyway, I'll show you guys a little detail shot, I guess. Wow, look how the colors changed. I just zoomed in and the colors got completely different. See that? That's what's so frustrating about this camera, because now it looks so much cooler when it's really not. And now warmed up. You know, it's hard to get the exact look of what it is, but so not really detail, just suggestion of detail, you know, just stuff everywhere. I didn't splatter a lot in this one, surprisingly. I mean, a lot of it stayed in the end, luckily. But didn't really do a whole lot. But yeah, everybody have a great weekend. I I already answered that question. You do videos all days of the week or only some days? Monday through Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 5:10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. And like I said, check out my website. You can see all my other art on there, stuff that I do. But anyway, take care of yourself. Have a good weekend. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week. Peace.